Okay, so let's begin. A couple weeks ago, well, first of all, I want to make sure, as I was saying earlier, if you're using your props today and you don't have to, I have a yoga block, just one yoga block, a set of light weights, and a yoga strap, as well as a second chair, or you can use a balance ball. You also want to make sure your chair is going to be on a non-slip surface so that when we do some standing exercises and some seating exercises, you don't want the chair to slip out from under you. A couple weeks ago, we started using hand mudras, or what I like to call hand yoga, as a way to do our centering practice. Hand mudras, using the mantras, silent mantras to yourself, focusing on the chakras of the body that correlate to the hand mudra, and as well as focusing on the emotion that you're trying to balance. The hand mudra that I want to use today, and I think we might have used it last week in the Wednesday or Monday class, I can't remember, but this one is for the heart center or the heart chakra. And so we always begin by sitting up nice and tall in our chair, thinking about your alignment, having your knees and your ankles about hip width apart or 2 fists width apart, rolling your shoulders down away from your ears, lifting your spine from your tailbone through the crown of your head, gently tucking your chin. So it's almost like a seated mountain pose. And that's how we align our bodies really when we're standing, seated, or even doing lying down poses and seated poses on the mat. Next, you want to just relax your hands on tops of your thighs for a moment. Just begin to roll your shoulders backwards and forwards. So just checking in with your body. Good morning, Peaches. As they hear me starting class, they might be wondering about. So again, this is a pet-friendly production. They have been fed, so hopefully they won't cause any distractions or act out. And then just shrug your shoulders up and down a few times, just letting go of any neck or shoulder tension, and also bringing awareness to that area. Shrug your shoulders down away from your ears, lift your heart and your sternum. Our hand positions, your left hand is going to be on your heart, and your right hand is going to be, elbow is going to be shoulder level. You make a fist with your hand, except for your index finger is going to be pointing straight up. I see you, girl. Go relax for a minute, for a little bit, girl. So the mantra, and you can either use, there's a mantra is Om, or you can say the English version would be God's name is truth. So just saying to yourself, and let's just use Om. I think that's easier to kind of remember and focus on. And, most people are familiar with the sound Om. And you're just repeating it to yourself silently. You're focusing on your heart chakra, your throat chakra, and your brow chakra. The color related to the heart chakra is green or pink. The throat chakra is blue, and the brow chakra is an indigo color. So you just start by taking some slow, long, deep breaths in and out. And that is the breathing for this particular mudra. So it's long, slow, deep breathing, and just silently repeating to yourself the sound of Om. After each deep breath in and out, or you can sound to yourself the sound Om as you exhale. So you inhale and then sound Om. So to relax and quiet the mind and center and focus in the present moment. And you hear me saying all the time, our power is in the present moment. And I was listening to one of my favorite authors, and she was saying, well, we're always in the present moment. There is no other moment than the present moment. But what happens is we're physically in the present moment, but we also want to bring our thinking, our thoughts into the present moment. And at the same time, as you're focusing on your heart, relaxing your heart and opening your heart. So just for a few more deep breaths in and out. And we usually do the mudra for anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. It's a nice way to practice concentration or meditation. Slow, deep breathing. Visualizing the colors green at the heart center, blue at the throat, indigo at the brow. Now just relax your arms down by your sides and just take a moment or a few seconds, either close your eyes or soften your gaze and check in. Continue the slow, long, deep breathing in and out. Notice how you feel in your heart. Just letting go of any heartbreak, heartache, or any tension that you may feel in your heart center. Thinking about how valuable it is to speak the truth, speaking your truth. How good it feels to be able to speak your truth. And then as far as the brow chakra is concerned, connecting your truth and your heart with your higher consciousness, your higher awareness, which connects to God, to source, to all good. Bring your arms down by your sides and we'll begin a few sun breaths. Inhale, your arms overhead. And then exhaling, bring your arms down as you come into a seated forward fold. And then inhale, arms all the way up. Okay, Peaches. And then exhale, palms to your heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up. Exhaling, palms to your heart. And 1 more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, palms together. Exhaling in front of your heart. Roll the shoulders down. Inhale, lift your spine. And before we do our spinal twist, I want you to take your block and gently squeeze it between your knees or your legs. Be careful if you have any knee problems or anything. You might have to maybe bring it down a little further. But this helps to stabilize the lower body. Inhale, and as you exhale, twisting from your waist, just maybe going about 70% of your range of motion. Look towards your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, twisting to your left. And looking toward your left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting, going maybe a little further to your right, looking over your right shoulder. And then inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting to your left, looking toward your left shoulder. Now just stay where you are and continue. Inhale, back to center. And then exhaling, twisting 1 more time to your right, looking towards your right shoulder. And then inhale, back to center. Go back. So inhaling, coming back to center. Place your hands on tops of your thighs and begin cat-cow, rounding and unrounding your spine. Inhaling forward, exhaling as you round. Warming up your spine. You can still have the block. Inhaling and exhaling. Now just moving at your own breath's pace. Inhaling forward, exhaling as you round your back. Just to loosen up through the spine. Notice how your lower back feels. And then you're also, as you arch your back, you're drawing your shoulders back as well. And then come back to center. Again, making circles. Still checking in with your lower back. It's okay, girl. And then reversing, going in the opposite direction. And coming back to center. Inhale, bring your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, stretch your arms up. You keep a slight bend in your elbows if you need it. Inhale, and as you exhale, bending to your right this time. Feeling a stretch on the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale as you bend to your left. Feeling the stretch on the right side. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, bend again to your right. This time, bring your right hand down, holding the side of the chair, maybe bending a little further, pressing your left hip and your left foot down so the left hip doesn't come up. Excuse me. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale, bending left, floating the left hand down, pressing your right hip and right foot down to avoid the right hip popping up. And then inhale, back to center. Bring your arms out to T. Turn your palms down, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, as you exhale, you're reaching to your right this time. Inhale, center. Exhale, reaching left. Inhale, center. Bend your elbows. Draw your shoulder blades in toward each other in the back of the body. Lift your heart, your sternum. Going into a slight upper back bend. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring your elbows in towards each other and then down toward, like you're going down toward the tops of your thighs. Inhale, up and open, look up for the back bend. Exhale, elbows together and round. One more time, inhale, up and open. And then exhale as you round. And I'm also squeezing the block too. So, and then come back up. And then just bring your arms down, roll the shoulder blades down and away from your ears. If you have your weights nearby, if you're using weights, again, you don't have to use the props if you don't want to. And take the weights in hand. And still sitting up nice and tall, pressing the block in with your knees or your legs. Elbows in towards your sides, and then sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do 5 bicep curls. 4, 3, and your elbows are in towards your sides. 2, and 1 more. Now take the elbows up to shoulder level, and then exhaling, bring the elbows in. Inhale, open. 4 more. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Okay, now open. Keep your arms by your sides. And let's do it. Bring your arms down by your sides. Lateral raises. Side to side. Up. And down. So we're doing a total of 5 side to side. So we're on 2 side to side. And we're trying not to lift the weight higher than your shoulders. You're also maybe engaging your lower abdominals a little bit as you squeeze the block. And 1 more. All right, now just bring your weights to the tops of your thighs. Roll the shoulders back and forth a couple times. Bring your arms by your sides again. This time, turn your fists forward, and we're doing lateral raise or forward raises in front, up and down, side to side, 5 times each arm. 3, and 4, and 5. All right, bring the weight to the top of the thighs, roll the shoulders back and down a few times, forward and back a few times. All right, and bring the weights down by your sides. Now that you kind of felt your arms and your back, because we're lifting weights, I also always recommend engaging your lower abdominals and also paying attention to your lower back. Let's do a couple rounds of cat cow. Check in with your lower back a little bit, make sure it's okay, and then come back to center. If you have your strap nearby, we'll do a few upper body stretches. So reach over, grab the strap. And by the way, you can also use an old tie, of course. Your hands are going to be wider than your shoulders, and just hooking the strap over your thumbs, between your thumbs and your index fingers, and then just lift the strap up. And this is just a nice stretch for your chest area, underneath your armpits. And it kind of helps you, if you notice, it kind of helps you relax your shoulders a little bit. Hopefully you can feel that. And you can always give yourself more or less slack on the strap. So notice what you feel and how you feel. Slowly lower the strap over to the right side, feeling a nice stretch under that your left shoulder blade area. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And by the way, you're still sitting up nice and tall, so we're not bending side to side. We're just lowering the arms one side to the other. Take a couple more breaths in and out. And since we are working on the heart a little bit today with the hand mudra, these are nice chest heart openers. Now you're going to lower the strap down behind your head, maybe to the middle of the back of your head, but only go as far as you feel comfortable or you're finding your edge. You feel resistance, but it's not painful, but you feel a good stretch. Take a couple more deep breaths in and out. And then raise the strap back up and then lower it down. You can just rest it on your lap for a few seconds there. Place your block and your strap by your side. Let's begin our seated sun salutation, which is a nice warm up for the entire upper part of the body as we're seated. Arms by your sides. Inhale, arms up, lean back slightly, look up. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Place your hands on your shins. Inhale, halfway up, look up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, slide your hands all the way up to your hip creases, draw your elbows, shoulders back, lift your heart, lift your chin, look up. Exhale, round your spine, arms long, chin to chest. Inhale, bring your arms overhead, lean back slightly. Exhale, palms to your heart. So we're doing that 2 more times. Inhale, arms up, lean back slightly, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on your shins. Inhale, halfway up, look up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, slide your hands all the way up to your hip creases. Draw your elbows, shoulders back, lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale, round your spine, arms long, chin to chest. Inhale, arms overhead, lean back slightly. Exhale, palms to your heart. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, arms overhead, lean back slightly, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on your shins. Inhale, halfway up, look up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, and slide your hands all the way up to your hip creases. Draw your elbows, shoulders back, lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale, round your spine, arms long, chin to chest. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to your heart. And then roll the shoulders back and down away from your ears. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twisting to your right again. This time, place your left hand on the outside of your right thigh and reaching back with your right arm toward the back of the chair. Going a little deeper into the spinal twist, looking toward your right shoulder. Hold, take a couple deep breaths in and out. With each inhalation, feel your spine or lift your spine. As you exhale, maybe you can deepen the twist a little more, but don't force it. One more deep breath in and out. And then gently come back around the center. Palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, exhale, twisting to your left this time. Going a little bit further, placing the right hand on the outside of the left thigh, reaching behind your seat with your left hand, looking toward the left shoulder, taking a couple deep breaths in and out. And then releasing, coming back around the center, doing a couple more rounds of cat-cow or circles, and reverse. Lift your right leg up if that's comfortable for you. You might need to lean back in your chair a little bit. That's okay. Holding either on the outside of the leg or underneath the knee. And you can even, if you need some extra support and you have your strap, you can take your strap under the leg, lift the leg up, and just draw that leg up. Notice how that feels. Bring that knee up toward the heart center. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And now extend the leg, press through the heel. Sit up nice and tall. And I want you to raise your opposite arm up. And just hold. Press your left foot down into the floor. Bring that arm out to T, looking toward your left thumb. And either you can have the knee bent or extended. Maybe you want to bring the leg out to the side. Now you're trying to sit up nice and tall. You're still pressing this foot down into the floor. One more deep breath in and out. And then bring the leg back to center. Bend the knee again. Draw the leg up again. Inhale. And as you exhale, rounding your spine, draw the knee toward the forehead and hold. And lift your head and shoulders. And if possible, cross the ankle above the opposite knee. And then, of course, adjust yourself in the chair for comfort. Gently pressing against the inner left thigh. And then you might want to look down at the legs. So make sure you move that left leg over so that the knee is still out from the hip. And you're able to, in other words, you don't want the leg leaning this way or leaning in that way. So you want the leg to stay straight. Hold the ankle with your left hand, gently pressing against the inner right thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, and as you exhale, folding forward. Hi, Peaches. And just till you feel a nice stretch in that right hip area. And of course, I always say, if you have any knee or hip issues, listen to your own body. And if you, obviously, if you're under doctor's care, listen to your doctor and don't do anything that could cause you any harm or injury. And just take a few deep breaths in and out. Using the breath to soften into the stretch, relaxing any tightness and tension. Long, slow, deep breathing. And then inhaling as you slowly rise up. Walk the leg over to cross the knee all the way over if that's available to you. And then circle at the ankle joint a few times in both directions and point and flex. And then uncross the leg. If you don't have a block or another chair, bring the heel down to the floor. And place your strap. And you can have a slight bend in your knee. Place your strap or your tie around the ball of the foot. Or if you don't have either, you just hinge it from your hips and make sure you're not going to fall off or scoot off the chair, and then just bend forward till you feel a nice stretch. If you do have a block, you can lift your heel up onto your block or shoe box. Do the same thing. Bending from your hips, folding forward to deepen the stretch. I know, Peaches, it's okay, girl. And then breathing, still breathing into any tight spaces. And if you to really deepen the stretch, if you have your chair, you can place that foot up on your chair and really get a nice deep stretch. But breathe into the tightness. You're hinging from your hips. You're trying not to round. You're focusing on maintaining a neutral spine. Long, slow, deep breathing. Softening into the posture. Now slowly rise up. And then if you want to go even further, raise the leg up even higher, you can. Make sure you're standing stable, keeping your spine in neutral, holding the opposite side of the chair. You can bring the leg out to the side, or you can keep it forwards. So just some variations here. Making sure you're pressing that left foot down firmly into the floor. You can keep a slight bend in that straight leg, or you can even do the same thing with the knee bent. Maybe try all of the above, see how they feel, or only go into your range of motion, staying within your own range of motion. And then bring the foot down, take a few seconds here, turn the palms up on tops of your thighs, close your eyes. Staying focused on your breathing. And then just checking in, notice how your right leg compares to your left leg. Does it feel any difference? Without any judgment. And opening your eyes. Switching legs this time. Bringing the opposite leg up, your left leg, as you press your right foot down. And then we didn't circle. We'll go back and circle, but let's start with some circles on this leg. We'll make sure you're even once we finish everything. So just making a couple circles in both directions, and then drawing the leg up. Maybe taking the leg out and in a few times. Making sure you're still stabilizing the leg, the opposite leg, and then bring the leg back to the center. Inhale, and as you exhale, rounding, drawing the knee toward the forehead. Extending the leg, holding under the leg, pressing through the heels, sitting up nice and tall. Engaging your core, your abdominals, to help you not to round too much in your back. And then you want to go a little further, bringing the opposite arm out to T, gazing toward that thumb. And coming back to the center, bringing the leg up again. Crossing the ankle above your right knee. And then adjusting the right leg accordingly. Holding the ankle with the right hand, gently pressing against the inner left thigh. Deep breath in and exhaling, hinging from your hips, folding forwards. So these are supported chair postures that we are like postures that we do on the mat. So this is like our figure four, but it's also like a pigeon pose. It's a nice hip opener. And a couple more breaths here. Folding, relaxing tightness and tension. Staying present with your body. And slowly rise up. Walking that leg over, crossing the leg all the way over, circling at the ankle in both directions, and point and flex. I'm going to start with the chair this time. You have your chair, or if not, of course, you have your ankle, your heel on the floor. And then you're facing toward that leg, sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders down, inhale. And as you exhale, hinging from your hips. And it's the same thing. If you don't have a strap, you're just walking your hands down the leg. Breathing and relaxing any tightness and tension. That's one of the ways we use the breath. And then you visualize inhaling. In addition to oxygen, bringing in air, bringing in life force energy to revitalize you, to calm, revitalize, relax tension as you focus on your breath. And then slowly rise up. And if you want to go a little further by lifting the leg, bringing the leg to center, maybe out to the side, looking toward the opposite thumb, and then maybe with the knee bent a little, using your core to support your lower back. A couple more breaths. Pressing your right foot, your opposite foot down into the floor. Drawing your shoulder blades in towards each other. All these things help to stabilize us. Giving equal attention throughout the body. And then bend the knee. Bring that foot back over. Tap it out. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Check in. Long, slow, deep breaths in and out. Relaxing your shoulders. Feeling the calmness of the present moment so that your mind is calm, your emotions are relaxed. You're combining, you're connecting your physical with your emotions, your heart, your thoughts are all in this present moment. Allowing you to quiet your mind, meditate, open your eyes. I'm just going to move my things underneath my chair and come to standing any way that's best for you, most comfortable for you. And if you have two chairs, I'm going to try using two chairs today and show you how this can work for you. And you stand between your chair, make sure you clear your space on the floor so you don't step or trip on anything. Have your block nearby. In fact, I'm just going to set my weights and my strap in the chair. And have the block there between you, your feet. And then from there, step your feet wide apart. Move this out the way. A little clearer. And so, and you don't have to have two chairs, but this is just, I think, a different way to do it and show you how you can if you have the two chairs. And then lift your heels, pivot your heels to your left, and then bend your right knee for warrior 2. And you can either have your hands on your seat, your chair, your hips, shoulders, or extend your arms out to T, drawing your shoulder blades in towards each other. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And you're working to have the knee right above the ankle and front heel lined up with the back arch or heel to heel, whichever feels more balanced to you. You're rooting your tailbone, but not so much that you're locking your hips or tightening your glutes so much. You're just drawing your ribs up and in. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're leaning back, and you can place your hand on the chair behind you or raise your right arm up over your head for a reverse warrior. Taking a couple deep breaths in and out. And then coming forward, straightening the front leg for a triangle. And you can bring your backhand on the hip, the shoulder, or you can extend the arm straight out from the shoulder for a triangle. Maybe you can slide your hand down. I'll put those weights there. Maybe slide your hand down to your seat. Raise the arm up a little higher. And gazing toward the top thumb or down toward the seat. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. Bring that hand down to the hip, bend the knee, and come back up. I'll turn, pivot, so your toes point forward now. Lift the heels slightly. Pivot the toes in the opposite direction. Bending the left knee this time. Checking your heels. Or front heel with the back arch. Here we are in Warrior Two again, gazing toward the opposite side. And if you want to draw, I want you to kind of engage your thigh muscles as if you're drawing your thighs up into your hip creases. And then rooting the tailbone toward the earth, spine lifting up. Hello, here comes Jake. He's trying to figure out how to get out, maybe. Sorry, I kind of blocked your. And then now we're going to reverse, raising your left arm up, leaning back slightly for a reverse warrior. Taking a couple deep breaths in and out. And then you can adjust your back arm as needed. And then windmilling forward to in the reverse. Well, we didn't do side angle bend on the other side, but go ahead and straighten your left leg. And then bring your right hand to the hip, the shoulder, or extending the arm straight out from that shoulder. Gazing up or down, whichever. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And you're kind of still drawing your shoulder blades in towards each other as you're extending out through your fingertips. One more deep breath in and out. Now bend the knee, come back up. Placing your fingertips on your chair if you need it. Turning your toes forward, heels, toes, heels, toes. All right, so stepping over to your right. Now, if you have to, when we do the opposite side, if you don't have a second chair, you just walk around to the other side of the chair. Having your block between your feet, standing tall, coming to a mountain pose, starting our mountain pose. And I'm just going to tilt the camera up just a little bit. Let's see. And shifting your weight towards your right side, slight bend in the standing leg. Bend the left knee and then place the foot, toes on the floor, block, or right on the leg itself. Find your drishti point. Lift your spine, tuck your chin, root your tailbone. Same thing, shoulders come back and down. Hands to your heart. When you're ready, Anjali Mudra. Lifting your spine. You're gently pressing the leg into the foot and the foot into the leg. So kind of that counter pressure. Just like if your palms are at your heart, you're gently pressing your palms together to help stabilize you. A couple more deep breaths in and out. If the foot comes down, that's okay. Just bring the foot back up. Pressing the palms together overhead. Adding a little challenge or not. And then see, I have the wall behind me, so maybe I can touch the wall behind me for a little more stability. And then bring that knee forward and lift that knee up a little higher. Go ahead and put the foot down, arch it out. Now I'm stepping over toward my other chair, scooting everything over there. Shifting the weight to your left this time. Slight bend in the left knee, bending, bringing that right foot to the inside of the leg. And remember, you never press on the knee joint. So soft bend in the standing leg, and then lifting your spine, rooting your tailbone, gently tuck the chin, roll the shoulders down. Find your drishti point, find your gaze. I'm actually staring at Peaches. But she's not moving, she's napping right now. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. And then I'm going for maybe lifting the arms up, bringing the hands down. Maybe close your eyes for a few seconds. Notice how that feels. Closing your eyes, add a little challenge. And then release. March it out. Yeah, I'm going to move the chair over underneath that's the block underneath that seat. And I'm going to turn the chair towards me. Or you know what? Let's do. Let me see. Let's do it this way. I'm going to actually move that chair away. Excuse me, Peaches. I'm sorry, girl. You're okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to chase you away. So it's turned. So you're facing the chair now. And clear my space. And then just bending forward at your hip for downward facing dog. Chair on a non-slip surface, and slowly walk your feet back. So you feel a nice stretch in your back, soft bend in the knees, arms are long, chin is slightly tucked, gazing back toward your knees, your thighs, or in this case, Jake. And then from there, you can bicycle your feet, stretching out the backs of your legs and then bending the knee. Bending and standing up a few times. So just kind of enjoy this stretch here. It's a nice back stretch, full body stretch. Just shifting the hips from side to side. And then coming up onto the balls of your feet as you bend your knees and slowly shift your weight forward, making sure that your palms are spread, your fingers spread and your palms pressing into your chair. That's not moving. And then go back and forth a few times, maybe going a little further each time, but moving slowly and carefully, lifting your heart as you go a little further, and then pressing your hips back and down to your heels. Just doing that a couple more times, moving at your own pace, making sure that you feel balanced and stable as you move. And maybe one more time. And back. Okay. And then from there, just walk, step your right foot forward or your left foot. It doesn't matter which foot because we're going to do both sides. And then you can maybe lift that back heel a little bit and adjust the distance between your feet, either closer or a little farther away. And then from there, raise your opposite arm up in front. So the opposite to the leg that's going back, or a supported crescent pose. Maybe you need to lift, you can lift your hand a little higher on the top, or toward the top of the chair. Taking a couple deep breaths, but this knee stays over the ankle, never goes in front of the toes. Now, if you're able to lift both arms, go ahead and do so, but only if you're balanced enough, and you can bend that back knee a little bit more if you need to. And then bringing one hand down and then the other hand. And then from there, maybe seeing how it feels, walk your hands forward on your seat, come forward, see if maybe you can lift the back leg up. And keep the hip down if you can, and it's okay to raise the leg up because this is kind of going more toward a half moon. So maybe rotating that thigh up and down a couple times, see how that feels. And then just step the foot next to the front foot and march it out. Walking the feet back again. Another nice stretch here. And then come up, stepping the opposite foot forward. And then adjusting your feet accordingly. Either bringing the feet, maybe you have to bring them closer together. Maybe you can take the foot back a little further. Bending the front knee. And then lifting, just lift up and down on that back heel a little bit and see how that feels. And then lifting your heart. And when you're ready, lifting the opposite arm. Taking a few deep breaths in and out. And checking in, maybe lifting both arms up. And then coming back down, bringing the hands down. Just kind of step in, bringing your hands forward slightly, hopping the foot forward. So you see how it feels to lift that foot up and down a couple times. And you can raise it a little higher each time, and then rotate on that side. So just move carefully and slowly. Again, make sure that you are moving within your own range of motion, finding your edge, and then bring the foot forward, march it out. Bring your forearms down to the chair if that's available to you. Fold your arms for a supported forward fold. Resting your forehead on your top arm. And I know, it's okay, girl. Almost done, almost done. Couple breaths in and out. And just rest here, let your back muscles relax here a little bit, your neck and your shoulders. If you tend to get lightheaded, you can lift your head up. Turn your head from side to side, letting go of any, continuing to let go of any neck and shoulder tension. Knock the head forward and back. And then bend the knees, hands on top of your chair. Slowly rise up. Step up to your seat. And turn the chair forward. Ooh, my nose is itching. Must have allergies to my cats. And then standing next to your chair, inhale your right arm up and exhale, bend toward the chair for a nice full body side bend. Bring your feet, your legs, your thighs together. Just bending a little deeper this time. Your comfort level. Maybe gently press your hips over to that side. And then raise your arm up. And then bring it down. Step over to the opposite side. Inhale up. And exhale, bend to the other side. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. Nice side body stretch. And then come back up and bring the arm down. Take your seat. And just take a moment to recheck in. Scan your body one more time for any remaining areas of stress or tension. And if you come across any remaining areas, just breathe into those areas and mindfully ask them to release and relax. No longer control. No longer control your breathing. Allow the breath to flow throughout your body, going wherever it needs to go from head to toe. Relaxing any remaining tension up in your neck, your shoulders, your back, your hips, knees, Slowly begin to make a couple circles, head circles at your neck. Moving your head slow, keep your neck long. Couple circles in both directions, and bring your head back to center. I'm just going to take a moment and just do a little gong immersion while you continue to relax, just starting with a little sound of the gong. Thank you for allowing me to share your yoga practice with you today. May you benefit from your practice and share it with others. Knowing yoga is more than a physical practice, it's a philosophy and a way of life. Namaste, Om Shanti, peace. Thank you. Until next time.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.